Welcome back to Three Trials Barbecue. Today, we're still continuing on that hunt for that low and slow rib, except today we're going to be doing a unwrapped dry rib. Some call it a Memphis style rib. We put a little bit of a rub together today, and it's pretty much 80%, 90% of what you would typically see in a Memphis style rub. This one we took from a very good chef, Melissa Cookston, and because I had everything in stock, I figured I would basically copy her rub and see what we get out of this today. So to start off with, we have one slab of baby back ribs that's had the membrane pulled off. We're gonna go ahead and throw some Worcestershire sauce as our binder, and then we'll go ahead and throw our rub. Now you can use anything you want as a binder. Typically I would use mustard, but I've been on the hype of using Worcestershire sauce. So we put this rub together last night. I'm gonna go ahead and link all the measurements in the description below. Keep in mind, the reason I went with her rub was because she used Turbinato sugar, and I loved Turbinato sugar on my double smoked honey baked ham recipe, so I decided to use it. But anyone would use brown sugar as well. So we're gonna go ahead and pat this down, flip it over, and do the same. All right, y'all. So we're gonna let this soak up for about 20, 30 minutes. Let it sweat, and then we're gonna go ahead and throw it on that Traeger using the Gourmet Traeger pellet blend from Costco. And we'll see what it does. 225 with super smoke. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, y'all, we got the Traeger going at 225. We're gonna be using the Traeger Gourmet blend. And we're gonna go ahead and throw on our dry rib. And as you can see, it sweated out pretty good there. Go ahead and leave it on there. And we're just gonna be spritzing with apple juice. So we're gonna let this roll, and we'll see you guys when it's time to spritz. We just hit the 2 hour mark. Let's take a look, see what we got going on here. All right, so the rub looks like it's set. Let's go ahead and give it a spritz. Now this is just apple juice, so we're gonna go ahead and check the temperature. We're at 142. 133 on this side. Okay. So with these dry ribs, we're gonna go about 195, 200. We're gonna check it at pork tenderness at that point. But I am going to just flip it since it has been 2 hours. Flip them. And we'll go ahead and check on them in another hour or so. All right, guys, we're at the 3 hour mark. Let's take a look at these ribs. Drying up a little bit, so let's hit them with some spritz. About 150. Okay. Well, we've got about 50 degrees to go, and we'll keep spritzing every hour, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, y'all. Well, there it is. This took 8.5 hours, spritzing every hour, and boy, did this take a long time. Now, I've done one other trial previous at 225. Even wrapped, it takes, I think it was 6 hours or so. But definitely one of the longest rib cooks. Take a look at this though. Beautiful color. It's been resting for about 15 minutes. They feel soft. Definitely not breaking or anything like that, but we took them to an internal temperature of 200 degrees. So let's get into this, and we'll just cut ourselves a rib. Hit a bone. Look at that smoke ring. Nothing but smoke right there. Definitely has some bark. Not bad. Go ahead and take a bite out of this. You see that smoke ring? Wow. You know, guys, the long cook made me think these were going to come out dry, and they didn't. They're really juicy. You could see the juices in there, and it definitely developed a crust out there on the sides, and it's moist. It's definitely got bite to it. The rub itself has a little bit of that sweetness with spices, but it isn't hot, even though we added the chili powder. Well, I'm going to say I highly recommend the rub. I'm not sure if I recommend the method, There has to be something better. We're going to probably do a hot and fast or a slow progression into heat. And we're going to try to perfect this in the near future. So please, if you haven't hit them likes or subscribe, please do. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Subscribe on our play button.
Subscribe on our play button.
And help you subscribe on our play button. We do a bunch of subscribers. And help you subscribe on us.